Not everything that you need will be included in the design library, so you're going to need to add some new parts that you design in SolidWorks. In order to create these custom parts, let's look at what's required. SolidWorks has some very specific requirements depending on the part that you're adding. The best way to start creating these is to do a search in the help up here for required geometry. So let's go ahead and search that in the top bar. So you'll see our first result here is actually required features in routing parts and components. So we'll select that. And now this screen is immensely useful for you. Look for the part that you're looking to add. It might be pipes and tube parts, elbows, flanges, reducers, etc. It'll give you an outline of everything that needs to be in your designed pieces. So this might include a design table with specific dimensions called out, or it could be a little bit more simple and just have connection points, routing points, and whatever geometry you want to define your part. Now, we are going to start by creating a flange just to get a simple idea of how we can actually add this to our design library. So you'll see what's required here is one connection point and one route point. And then we'll also create whatever dimensions we need to make a flange that fits into what we're designing. So now that we know this, I'm going to go ahead and minimize this in case I wanted to come back to it during my design process. Now I'm going to go up to the top and select New and Part. I'm going to click OK. And now we're going to have a new blank space to be able to work in. So let's start just by creating some really basic features of a flange. I'm going to go up and create an extruded base on the front plane here. And then with a circle, I'm just going to do some dimensions such that we can get the basic shape of a flange on our screen. After doing that, I'm going to exit out of my sketch. Let's make this 2 inches thick. And let's get an extruded shape on either side as well. So I'm going to click on this face. Let's again draw some circles, just some basic modeling here to be able to get us set up for adding these to our design library. After confirming that, I'm going to do this in 1/2 inch in this direction and go into direction 2. And let's do that 2.5 inches. So we now have a preview of our super simplified basic flange here. And now we're going to go in and add those points that were called out that are necessary to add this to our design library. So the way that you actually add connection points and routing points is to go up to the Tools dropdown, go into the Routing section, Routing Tools, and Create Connection Point, Create Route Point. We're going to start by creating a connection point. After I click that, now I have to make a selection that's going to determine where this point is placed. Since I want it in the center of my flange, I'm going to go and click this outer face here. This is going to place it right in the center of this circle. Now you can pick what route type you're doing. For us, we're going to be doing fabricated pipe. And then you can select any other parameters that you need or any stub lengths that you want to come out, anything you want to standardize for this part in the design library. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm this and click the OK checkmark. And now, before we add a route point, we're going to need to take one other step first. Route points can either be added onto a vertex or onto a sketch point. So we're going to go and create a sketch. And let's create it on this face here. Now, all I need to do is come up to the sketch at the top, select point, and I'm going to go ahead and place that right in the center, similar to where the connection point is located. After I've done that, I can confirm it, exit out of my sketch, and I now have a point that I can add a route point to. So I'm going to go up again to Tools, Routing, Routing Tools, and then right below Connection Point, I'm going to choose Create Route Point. I'm going to go ahead and click that point that I just created from that sketch, and I'm going to confirm that. So now if you look over on our feature tree, we have both a connection point and a routing point added. Since these were the only 2 things that were called out as required or optional on our list from our help menu, We are all set to now start adding this to our design library.